in the vision, he sees a sheet being lowered to the ground, and on it is every unclean animal you can imagine. Now, by unclean, what we mean is a Jewish person wasn't to touch them or eat them, all right? So that meant for sure pigs were on there. There were pigs in a blanket. No, I don't know. If you're online, people did laugh. Okay, so here's what you need to know. Then the Lord tells him, Peter, arise and eat. And he said, by no means, Lord, by no means would I do that. It says in verse 14, by no means, Lord, I have never eaten anything unholy or unclean. He said, I'm not going to do that. Now, by the way, when God tells you to do something, what should you say? Peter had a problem. And by the way, how many times does God have to tell him to do it? Now, before we get on Peter's case, how many of you are stubborn? How many of you? I told you I'm going to have a message on stubbornness coming soon. Get ready. Some of you are going, I'm going to miss that one. I'm too stubborn. No, but here's what I want you to know. It says this, again, a voice came to him a second time. What God has cleansed, no longer consider unholy. And it says in verse 16, this happened 3 times, and immediately the object was taken up into the sky. And so Peter's sitting there going, what is going on? What is God trying to tell me? And then God tells him something. He tells him, you know what? There are 3 men who've just showed up at the door of the house you're in, and I want you to go with them without asking questions. In other words, you go with 3 Gentiles, travel to the home of a Gentile, and do exactly what I tell you to do. And then if you go down to verse 28, it says this. He gets to the home of Cornelius, and he said, why did you send for me? And Cornelius tells him about the vision he had of an angel and how the angel told him to send for him. And in verse 28, Peter said, he said to them, you yourselves know that it is forbidden for a Jewish man to associate with or visit a foreigner. Yet God has shown me that I'm not to call any person unholy or unclean. Now that's something huge. Maybe get nothing else out of this. God doesn't want us to say that no one's welcome in the family of God.